I'm Cheshire Cat again. Absolutely superb. These are brilliant. Right, you're going to find this hard to believe, but I've got some more cucumbers to harvest. Hey, as I've said before, they've gone absolutely mental. Before I get and harvest everything and show you what I've harvested, I just thought I'd welcome you to the jungle, as you can see behind me, and just give you a little perusal, holding the camera by hand, and just to have a look at what's what, shall we say. So let's just have a dart in here. Right, cucumbers. Now then, see there's one there, there's another one there, I think, yeah, there's one there, it's a good size. Then we move up here with odd one or two, but then we've got 1, 2, 3, I think there's one down there. Then I think up in here, no, there isn't any up in there, and there isn't any at the far end either. So tomatoes, right, as you can see there, Sweet Million. Been picking them steady. They haven't all gone in the house because they are so nice, really are something else. But there's more here, and then as you move up, as you can see, more trusses to flower. There's more here because all these at the front are Sweet Million. There's various ones over there, and then we'll just dive in here. Those at the back there, those are Crimson Crush, as are those. And then I don't know which is, well, you can see a few, but that's Crimson Crush there, and then there, it's getting a bit awkward, but again, these are Crimson Crush, nice size. And then again here, some more, sorry about this with the camera, but again, some more there, Crimson Crush. We move across here, there's Crimson Crush in the far corner, but again, these are all Sweet Aperitif here, and all these, and again, these are really nice, and as the name would suggest, nice and sweet. Beefsteak, that's one of them that's about ready. Another one there that's just colouring up. Then we've got another one there. We've got more at the back there. So all in all, there's a bit to harvest in here. There's no peppers. Oh, tell a lie, there's another cucumber in there. That's a Socrates. There's no peppers to harvest off these. They've recently been had. So I'll get an harvest, and I'll bring you back when we're done. Right, tomatoes. These 5 larger ones there, they are Crimson Crush. They're quite a good size, I think. Very pleased. The smaller ones are Sweet Aperitif and Sweet Million. They're all quite good. I haven't picked the beefsteak ones because we've got these here. I've got no need to pick the beefsteak yet, so they'll last a while. So I've left them for a bit. I've not picked any cucumbers as well because we've got about 4 in the fridge, and I may as well leave those on the plants that are out there now, and if needs be they'll go to a food bank. Simple as that. Strawberries, I'm getting a almost daily supply of strawberries like this, and as you can see as well, raspberries starting to come now. I'll show you what's on the raspberry canes at the moment, how they're going. So I'm going to start and get a regular supply of those as well at this rate. So all in all, it's looking really good. As we can see, raspberries, you can see there's some there yet to come into flower, but there's flowers coming, opening up, and raspberries on them. Loads on here, absolutely rammed again here, and then loads more, and they are all just starting to come good. So I'm very pleased with these. They're doing really well. Well, I'm just down the garden cleaning up my onions, and the wife's just shouted across and asked me if I'd lift a couple of carrots from out of the blue barrel. Sweet Candle is the variety. Et voila. I'm Cheshire Cat again. Absolutely superb. These are brilliant. I'm really pleased with these. So I've hastily got the camera out quickly so that considering these are my first carrots for 2022, I thought I'll share it with you. So yeah, I pulled one up, and then the wife said, oh, we'll have 2 of those, so there you go. And as I say, variety Sweet Candle, absolutely superb. Another chuffed to bits again. While we're on the subject of harvests and what with me doing, getting the first of my carrots up and showing you the strawberries and so on, I've been round the allotment earlier this morning. It is it's 20 to 12 at the moment. I was round the allotment about 9 o'clock this morning, harvesting some beans. It's raining now at the moment. It's quite persistent as well. It's not hammering down, but it's quite steady, persistent rain, so I'm quite pleased about that. We could do with it, definite, because we're not on a hose pipe ban yet, fingers crossed, but who knows. But I just thought I'll show you these beans that I've harvested. There we go. Now in there's some French beans in amongst these, only a few. The runner beans are Scarlet Emperor. These we've been having, well, both the French beans and the Scarlet Emperor. They've been really prolific this year, and these, I'm going to bag these up and I'm going to take these to my local food bank, because we've got them in the freezer now, and we've got more than enough. We're going to keep us going for months. So these are going off to a local food bank. I have got something else that I want to show you with regards to tomatoes, because I've just been and or after I'd done these, I went and had a look in the greenhouse. So I'll show you what's going on there. Right, just set the scales up, because that is a Crimson Crush tomato. I've never seen them so big. And there you go, just over 6 ounces. Absolutely amazing, really has amazed me. I've got a couple of beefsteak tomatoes here. That one, what's that? That's just short of 8 ounce, which you'd expect. And then that one, that's not even, that's just a little bit lighter, even though it's a beefsteak. It's a little bit lighter than the Crimson Crush. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely unbelievable. 6.6 ounce. Let's see if we can change that to grams. There we go. 188 grams, which then will mean, what are these in grams? 229, not beefsteak. 167, right. So, yeah, I'm sorry I work in the good old pounds, shillings and pence myself. Put it down to my age, but look at that, 6.6. Absolutely superb. Chuffed to bits. Well, I'm round on the plot. I've got a little something I want to show you that I've done to help myself for next year, really. I'll show you that in a minute. But I've come round here. I was round yesterday getting some beans, and I meant to, what I'm filming now, I meant to do when I come round to get the beans, but I forgot to bring the camera. But that's me being gormless, you know, can't help that. Yeah, I've got a little bit of information for you with regards to the plot, or the plots, because my allotment is made up of 2 separate plots. I'll spin you round and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this is the one plot. In fact, we'll walk down, but this is my plot that is made up of raised beds, basically. I'm getting to that time of year where I need to do a bit of work on it. I'm slowly digging over bits as I've cleared them out and so on. Then we come down to this plot, which the best way I think of getting round to this, let's go round here. You're right, I'm carrying the tripod with me. Let's put you there so you can basically see what's what. I'll come round to you. Right, now then, this plot here. Now this has got, as can be seen, I've got my beans in there. I've got 2 lots of French beans, Blue Lake and Cobra, and then I've got Scarlet Emperor runner beans, put them in there. The hoops that you can see over the back here, they are the hoops that had the onions in. That's where I've harvested all the onions from. And where I'm stood here now in this this mess, it's the best way of describing it. Where I'm stood here now, I've got potatoes. I've just got some up. I've got some rows of Sarpo Una. I've got 3 rows of Sarpo Una, 2 rows of Sarpo Mira. You can just about make out these potato orms there. All the others have died off. I think that's partly down to the weather, because I've had a bit of a go at watering it, but you'd need to use gallons of water to get anything like off these. I have got some more potatoes over there, which when they're ready to come up I will show you about them. But this here, I'm giving this up next year, basically because I just can't cope. Simple as that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. With my job, when I had these two plots originally, I was doing a different job. The job I'm doing now, and I've done over the last 3-4 years, is a lot more physical. It's shift work, and there's days when I finish work and I just don't want to do anything. It just basically I'm knackered and that's it. You know, I mean, I'm 62-year-old, and like I say, I can't keep up with it all. So what I'm going to do is get rid of all this. I've made this decision a lot earlier in the year, but I feel now I should let you know. And, and to be honest, you're the first people to be informed before even the committee. So I don't know whether that's the right way of doing things or what, but as I say, you're the first to know. I haven't even told the committee yet that I'm giving this up. But as I've said, I just can't cope with it all. I've worked out, like with regards to my onions, I got up 40, I think it was 47 onions, one of which was duff, and that was from over that ground there. With these individual beds, let me just spin you around and show you what I'm talking about. These, like these here, this bed just like that, in there I can get 50 onions in there. So next year I'm using 2 beds for onions. So fingers crossed, fair wind and so on, I'm hoping to have onions like I've had this year, and hopefully we'll have 100 of them, I'm hoping, or very close. As I say, everything else around here I can manage with all of this. The other thing that's made me decide on splitting, on getting rid, is that bit of ground you can see there. That has not been worked this year at all. I know I shouldn't own up to it, but it hasn't been worked, full stop. So the potatoes that I was growing in the plot that is now behind us, they can go in there. I can get 5 potatoes in a row, and in that bit there I can easily get 3 rows, and then I'm looking then to, as you can see the potatoes that are just over there, I'm looking, there's 2 rows there. Well, again, that's ground, there's enough ground there for me to put another 2 rows with them. So that will do us with potatoes, because we're not big potato users. So spinning you round again, as I say, all that there, that's all going to go. I'm a little reluctant, and I'm also a little relieved. Like I say, this will all, there's ground on here that I have not used. I had, as I say, the potatoes, I had a small row of peas that were only over about 6 foot of this, and then all this here, from here behind, has not been used. It's as big an area as that I've just shown you there. So I'm just thinking to myself, you know, who am I kidding when I think I can carry on working it all? I'm only kidding myself. So as I say, the decision is that I'm going to get rid of next year and then concentrate on this. So far I've had absolute cracking harvests off things. I plan to do more carrots in barrels next year. and that'll be round home. And having just this area here, when I come round, because it's made up of smaller beds, I can crack on and get something done with 1 or 2 beds. I haven't got to worry about winter digging that and trying to stay on top of that. As I say, I know I'm waffling, and I'm sorry to waffle, but I just thought I'd let you know that I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to do all over here that I can. I know I won't have as big a bean rack as that, but as I've already said in this video, the beans that I've already harvested as of yesterday, they've gone to a food bank, which I don't mind doing. You know, that's fine. That's a sign of the times. But if I've got a smaller rack, then it's no real detriment to me or my family, really. So yeah, that's a little bit of breaking news that you're the first to know about, is the fact that that shambles, that mess behind me, is going, and I'm just concentrating on this plot next year. Little thing that I wanted to show you that I've done, this bed here had the Calabrese in. That over the next few days, that's all coming out because it's all dead now, all done. I've harvested. It's that can be cleared, dug over and put to bed basically. This bed had clubroot in it, so what I've done is I've painted, I left the hoops in, these hoops, so I knew whereabouts it was because of this being a long bed, and I've painted that so that come next year I know where that painted area is. Across this bed I know there's clubroot in here, so I know to avoid it with regards brassicas, and I can end up then putting lettuce, I can put spring onions, beetroots, you know, I can put something else in here rather than putting any brassicas of any sort because of the clubroot. And I just thought, well, I'll paint that, and it's going to give me, it's going to jog my memory, because I know that I could turn around and say, well, I know where it is, it's there, and so on. Once I take these up, you know, I won't be that, I'll know it's in here somewhere round about a quarter of the way in from that end, but not exactly. Whereas painting it, I know exactly where I had the clubroot in there. So maybe that might be something you might think of doing yourself, if you've got any ground yourselves that's infected with clubroot. Paint it up, and then you know yourself for future reference. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. A couple of things that I wanted to touch on just before I forget. The potatoes that I've been harvesting, they are Sarpo Una, which is new to me, never done them before, and they're quite a versatile potato. When I've got some up before, we don't do chips with potatoes, but I've boiled them, we've had them mash, and we've had them roast, and they've been brilliant, been really good. So definitely going to do those again next year. With regards the plot, and with what I was saying about giving up that bit, when I pointed out the fact that I'd got that bit of ground that had not been touched, in fact when I pointed out that I'd got a bit of ground on both plots that had not been touched, I forgot to mention that that was the same last year, and the year before there was some that I hadn't touched as well. So I nearly decided to give that up for this year, give it up last year for this year, but I thought no, we'll carry on for another 12 months, see how we go. But because now well, as I've said, so I've decided now that's it, that's going. So that's it really. Tomatoes, cucumbers, where the camera is now behind there I can see raspberries, and there must be about a dozen to harvest from off there, so I think I'll be I think the next job after this will be harvesting them. So as I say, thank you all very much for watching. Be good, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra a bit.